Hi guys, how you doing? This is the Scrambled Edge. Welcome to another video. This will be slightly different from the previous videos I posted. This time we will not be discussing in detail my art process or like steps and stuff like that. This will mainly focus on random stuff. Some confessions that strictly pertains to how I create my own artworks and how I come up with art pieces. Like this drawing, for instance, this would actually show one of the biggest weakness that I have, which has something to do with coming up with my own art piece. Really, some might think that simply because I am posting like decent artworks that I can come up with my own piece instantly. Well, that is not the case, really. I'm good at copying. I have to admit that I'm good at it. After some practice, after years and years of practice, I am confident to say that I can easily copy like random drawings, really, and copy it in a good way, come up with good pieces. But if you would ask me to like draw something impromptu, I won't be able to give you one. I'll have a tough time. I can't even draw a pair of hands to save my life. I'm having a hard time to come up with my own piece. So if you have known me for a while and have seen my artworks and you're watching this right now because you have seen my artworks and you like them, sorry to disappoint you right now, but really most of them are copied. Like that one, for instance. See this scene right here, I'm actually struggling to come up with a hand. I don't know how to do it. I'm not kidding. I'm having a tough time. I won't be able to save my life. Drawing a hand, to be honest, I'll have a tough time. This piece right here is actually based on a character or an art style of a YouTube content creator that I've been following for a while. His page is 1000. I'm not sure if you have seen him or his page in the past, but once this video ends, you will see the slight resemblance of this piece to his artwork. Just an inspiration, actually, not really copied it, and I just couldn't help but cringe watching this video because you actually can see how I struggle drawing like the simplest things. Like, really, Edge, a pair of hands, you're having a tough time copying it. Not copying, but coming up with your own piece. Yes, that's my weakness, like my biggest weakness, to be honest. I can't come up with my own piece. This one I tried to with a lot of struggle. But if you keep on doing something and it goes second nature, it becomes second nature, then it'll come to a point where you won't see it as a challenge. Before, if you'd ask me to draw something like this, I will not be able to come up with something, really. But somehow, after several attempts, if it's something that you constantly do, eventually you'll learn how to do it. Like, it's like singing, really. If you'll train, if you'll keep on doing it, anything, actually. It doesn't only apply to like artworks or singing. It can apply to everything. If you want to achieve something, well, this is my opinion and this is how I see it. If you want to achieve something, if you want to learn something, if you want to be good at something, just start doing it, and eventually it'll reach a point wherein you won't have a tough time doing it. I've been doing art for quite some time now, like years now. Maybe in the future I might show some of my old artworks to see, or like to show you guys how it has improved throughout the years, and it might inspire some. Hope it does if I get to post them in the future. I started this YouTube page basically not only to show my artworks, but also to reach out to people who are having a tough time or are challenged when it comes to coming up with a prompt or a reason to start a certain hobby. It's again not only limited to drawing, but any form of art or anything at all that would help, keep yourself sane basically, especially in these trying times. The quarantine period has locked us up inside our houses, and it'll be good if we'll do something that would keep us sane. And doing art is my choice. Okay, so moving forward, what else should I talk about? Okay, how to start like your own pieces or your artwork. You don't really need to have a gadget. I'm using an iPad on this video. This is actually an investment because, well, I'm not really earning anything yet using it, but that's the goal, right? Like to come up with a project or be hired or get commissions in the future once I'm already good at it. Then that's the end goal, really, to earn something using it. But if you are if you're one who wants to start creating artworks and you don't know where to start, you can start with simply a blank sheet of paper and a pen, or a pencil for that matter. That's all you need. As long as you have something to write with and a canvas or a paper to write on or to draw on, that's all that you'll need really to start. It's not necessarily like having the good equipment that would help define the artworks that you'll come up with. As long as you get that pen and use that paper and start creating. You can start by copying, you can start by coming up with your own pieces, which is much better. But what I did was I looked up random cartoons or random objects in the past, and I used them to as my model, basically, as my reference, and use them as for practice. By the way, I really apologize if I'm stuttering. I'm trying to talk in English because I'm aiming to reach out audience, like not only here in the Philippines but also like everywhere, who would understand me. I'm stuttering because this is not scripted and this is a single take video. I don't have a script and I feel crazy right now because I'm talking to myself. Yeah, if you want to start a creative hobby, like drawing for instance, you don't need to buy expensive equipment that would just follow. Just a pencil and a blank sheet of paper will do, or a notebook for some. Yeah, and just start drawing. Eventually, you will learn how to do it. There's a lot of ways on how you could learn to do it. There are a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of reference books that are available online right now, or even in bookstores, and most of the time they're actually sold like cheap when they're on sale, that is, because nobody buys them. So they always end up on the sale bin of some bookstores, so you might want to hunt for some of those books if you want to use books as reference, that is. But again, that's just a suggestion. It's not really needed. And yeah, YouTube, you're watching this through YouTube right now, so you have access to tons and tons of channels that would teach you how to do different things, like draw using different mediums like watercolor, acrylics, colored pencils, or digital artwork like this one that I'm showing. Okay, well, going back to my artwork, I haven't been really looking at it. Where am I? Okay, so I'm already in the background. I'm already done coloring the character. This is the best that I came up with, because again, this is impromptu and I don't have a reference, so I'm having a tough time doing it. But moving forward, yeah, basically the message I'm trying to put across on this video is that you don't really need to be good at it for you to start doing it, because where else would you start, right? You would start from scratch. If you don't know anything about it, the basics can be easily learned. You can easily look it up online. I'm already rambling and I still have 8 minutes to talk. What else should I talk about? Well, yeah, the creative process, really, it's not that difficult to come up with your own process, because once you start doing something, like once you're done choosing the medium that you want to use for your artwork, say for example, you choose to use just pencil and paper, for instance. Of course, that's the most basic thing that you can do, as I have mentioned earlier. Once you have done that like multiple times, and you get to get the flow of things, you would eventually come up with your own process, and from there you can build it up and add like different materials to your artwork, or use different materials for your future artworks. I started with pencils, and then eventually I switched to watercolor. I had a friend who has taught me how to use watercolor. Unfortunately, most of the pieces that I have are no longer with me, so I don't have like a reference. Well, I have a few that I kept somewhere, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, in the future, I might show those artworks, like the progress. And then after using watercolor, I tried to look for like a new medium. I tried charcoal for a while. It wasn't really my thing. But yeah, I can also do charcoal if I want to. It's just that I want colors. I want vibrance. So I went and switched to colored pencils, and that has been my medium for a while. Most of the good artworks that I come up with were created using colored pencils. And now, after learning the basic of colored pencils, I of course want to venture on more mediums, and I'm currently trying to master how to use Procreate. and on the side I'm also intending to learn how to use oil paint and acrylic. Art is actually limitless. You can come up with masterpieces that would be that would help define the style that you want to pursue for your artworks, something that would give yourself a brand. And at the moment, that's what I'm trying to look for, really. Not only the ability to come up with my own artworks and inspiration, but also to have like an art style that I could call my own. That's something that I'm yet to actually achieve, and I'm not sure how long it would take for me to come up with one, and I hope it's soon, while I still have the time and the liberty to actually create artworks. I'm just doing this right now because, like, what else is there to do? 2020 is just a complete mess with everything that's going on with the virus and US and chaos. It's just too much. So yeah, basically that's it. On this point on the video, I guess I'm just trying to embellish the drawing with random leaves. The brushes that I used for this artwork are just ones that are already installed in Procreate, so I didn't need to like download anything. Procreate, by the way, is a paid app, and then after creating the piece, I usually go to Photoshop and do some enhancements, and maybe do some color changes to the artwork, just like so. I crop it, and then I basically just post it on Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, I'll be posting my social media links on this video, and I hope you could join me in this journey of like coming up with artworks. And if there's anything that I would need from you guys, it's to hit like and subscribe. If it is not too much for you guys, it would help a great deal for me to be inspired to come up with artworks. It would also help a great deal if you could let me know if there's anything that you want me to draw except for your faces. I'm not that good yet, so talk to me. Let me know what you want to see on my future videos. If you have reached this point of the video, thank you so much for bearing with me as I try hard not to humiliate myself, because again, this is a single take video, no script at all. The video is about to end, so I guess I'll bid you farewell, and I'd love to see you again on my next video. Again, please let me know what you want to see in the future. If there's anything that you want to learn about art, I'll be more than glad to talk about it in the future. Just let me know. And to all my YouTube content creator friends, if you are watching this, I would appreciate it if you could also give me some feedback about how I should be creating my videos in the future. If there's anything that I can do to improve this craft, I would love to hear from you guys. I would really appreciate it if you could join me on this journey. YouTube is a very good platform for us to show people things that we care about so much, things that we do and love to do. So I'd really love to be good at it in the future. So I'm looking forward to hear from you guys. Alright, so that's it. Again, maraming salamat. I'll be leaving you with the rest of the video. This is just basically the photo being edited through Photoshop. I'm in the process of adjusting the color, the saturation, shadow, stuff like that. So that's it. Till next time.